Yes, indeed. What's happening, groovy people? Great to see everybody lined up in the comment section. P&P getting ready to launch here. Another high noon installment for your Thursday afternoon listening and viewing entertainment and pleasure. So we hope to bring all of those things to you today. The pre-show post of the day, Tony, is going to one of our very favorite guys. He's a little bit farther up north than we are here in the Bay Area. My main man is Sweet Mad Hatter. Tony, he had a post just a few moments ago, and he said, guys, I had to miss the night flight live last night because I passed. Ready for this? He goes, I passed out in a gummy-induced haze at about 7. I know it sounded so good. I'm like, boy, that sounds like a perfect recipe for a Wednesday night. And he goes, I caught the replay of the night flight this morning. It's all good, Sweet Mad Hatter. I hope you had a great night. Hope you had a great sleep. And I got to say also, let's not forget, Sweet Mad Hatter is the owner and proud inventor of the now world-famous leg bong. By the way, Tony, do we, just to kick the show off with a question, and I'll say greetings and how are you? You're looking good with your Italy hat on. Go Italia. And Tony, do we still have that video of the leg bong being employed for use? Do we have access to that still?
Oh boy, I'll have to go into the archives and find it.
Don't worry about it. No, if it's a pain in the ass, we can do it later. I'm just curious though, is it available?
Yeah, it's definitely available somewhere in the archives. I definitely can look for it.
Okay. Don't worry about it. See, I don't want to distract you. I was just asking an innocent question. I want you focused, locked, and loaded and ready to go.
I'll find it. I'll find it at some point, but it's not readily available. No.
All right. Well, no problem. No problem. Again, I don't want to throw Tony off his game. He looks puzzled over there, and I like a locked in. I like a focused, creative Tony. Are you cool over there, T? Everything cool?
Oh, there's just again.
It's okay. Let it out. That's why we're here. Let it out, bro.
Twitter. I got to start Twitter. The broadcast on Twitter. I got to start the broadcast on Instagram. And no, I can't do that before the show starts. I got to do it after the show starts.
Right.
So that's what I just finished doing. So we're good.
Okay, it's all good.
What's up, Sweet Mad Hatter? I got your picture of his plants, his plant life. Maybe we should show us at some point during the show. I'd like to make a note of that. Actually, we had some fun birthdays today, Paulie.
Okay.
I'm pissed off a little bit today about exit velocity and launch angle.
Ooh,
and
okay.
I want to talk a little bit about that no one gives a crap about batting average anymore and getting on freaking base, which is the name of the game.
I'd like to intervene. I care about batting average a great deal. I yearn for the days when guys at the major league level were actually professional hitters trying to play the game of baseball, spray balls all around the yard. There's a million ways to skin a cat. Get a guy on base, move him over, bring him in. Base hits. It's baseball. It's advancing runners. And I miss that aspect now that everyone's trying to hit a home run essentially on every swing. And that's how I'll call them, Tony, if I may. Can I call this generation the drip generation?
Oh, dude, sure. Call them the drip. Call them the
oven generation. Yeah.
Generation. By the way, I got to handle some business, Paulie, right out of the gates.
Yeah.
If you are watching the show on Twitter, head over to X, by the way. Head over to YouTube at some point and just smash the like and subscribe button. If you are on YouTube, thank you for being there. Smash the like button.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are watching on Instagram Live, thank you for watching on Instagram Live. We're posting shorts on TikTok as well, and Instagram and Facebook and Blue Sky and Twitter, and also our YouTube channels, the Bay Area Sports Collective YouTube channel at Bay Area Sports Collective, and at Polymax Particles. That's all the business, Paulie. And speaking of business, I spent some time with Don Peralta before the show, and I'd like to play this just because we weren't able to play it yesterday.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's business time.
We're back in business.
There we go.
Oh, it sounds lovely. It sounds glorious, man. It's clean.
It's business. It's business time. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
Hells yeah, Tony. Bravo. You and Dom did a magnificent job. It sounds great. Sounds great.
It's just a patch job for now, Paulie. It's a patch job while we continue to figure out the inner workings of Roadcaster. So that's all the behind the curtains we're going to give today.
Right.
Thank you for joining us here on Polymax Particles, and thank you for joining us last night for a night flight. Really fun night flight. I thought one of the highlights of the night flight was watching Mick Jagger and David Bowie dance in the streets.
I was embarrassed on both of their behalfs. I did. I felt bad. I felt like I needed to text Mick and be like, Mick, you really had a misstep with. But once Bowie jumps off the staircase, you know you got problems, dude.
Right.
And then they're singing to each other, Tony. They're face to face. They're about this close to just making out. They should have just gotten it over with and kissed each other. But it's not my preferred version of Jagger, and it's not my preferred version of the great David Bowie either. I prefer to remember them in other more meaningful ways, if I could.
100%, dude. And but I still love it for that moment in time. I love it that they said, yes, let's go do this.
Sounds like a great idea. Let's have Bowie jump off the stairs in an overcoat. Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So also, more business to attend to, Paulie. Numerology out of the gates. Okay. Numerology.
Yes, sir.
Episode 276. Episode 276. Here we are on March 5th, 2026. Paulie, I'll let you take it first, and then I got a couple of numbers for you, buddy.
Thank you. I like to play numerology. This is the game. If you're new to the show, first of all, welcome aboard. Our door is wide open to any and all. We love to have your company during the show. And we thank
open the door.
Totally.
Great song. Love, open the door. Come on, man.
Crazy. Come on, man. A little Pete Townsend for you. Tony, I want to say everybody's welcome here on the PMP show. So what we do is we are now at show number 276 in our history. So we apply those numbers to famous Bay Area athletes. I usually stick in the 49er family, so I'm going to stay there today. Tony, you had a great pull last night. I'm going to connect today's name to last night's name. When you said 275, you said someone's got to shout out Alex Boone around here. Great effing call. And it makes me remember so fondly that offensive line that Jim Harbaugh put in front of Alex Smith. Those guys were brutes, man. It was a full rush, brute force, like He-Man kind of offensive line. So right on the same, one of his line mates, one of Alex Boone's line mates, one number off up to number 76, shout out out of Rutgers, Anthony Davis, number 76. He was a badass too. He was, dude, that's the kind of guy you didn't mess around with Anthony Davis. You didn't mess around. And we had Joe Staley in his prime, Alex Boone in his prime. They were such a great line. So I got to go Anthony Davis today, Tony, the Scarlet Knight out of Rutgers.
So dude, I got I want to say Beastie Boys have a line in one of their songs. I got my haircut correct like Anthony Mason.
Hell yeah.
I got my haircut correct like Anthony Davis. Okay.
Nice.
That's just a little Beastie Boys love. That's all. And what song was that on, man? I would love to know what song. Can you remember what
Check Your Head? I think it's a Check Your Head era.
Okay, does that check your head? Okay, good.
So.
It's just that's some of the great Beastie Boys work.
And by the way, Anthony Mason, when I say that, just to quote, you're quoting the Beastie Boys. I hate to be this guy, but like when we bring up Anthony Mason's name, I got to say, rest in peace.
Yeah, dude.
Rest in peace, Anthony Mason. He was like a bodybuilder. Do you remember his physique, dude? How big he was?
Yes.
Him and Charles Oakley. Dude, could you imagine LeBron James coming down the lane when you got Anthony Mason and Charles Oakley waiting for you? LeBron would not have even poked his head into the paint. He would have been terrified because Oakley would have put him on his ass every time he saw him in the paint. He would have put him right on his ass. I wish I could have seen that.
And by the way, shout out Sure Shot. The song is Sure Shot by the Beastie Boys. So there you go, Sure Shot. God, dude, timing like a clock when I rock the hip hop. Well, top notch is my stock on the soapbox. I got more rhymes than I got gray hairs, and that's a lot because I got my share. Oh boy, Jesus, dude.
That's a Check Your Head track, right?
Yeah. I would just read a book of Beastie Boys lyrics. Just give me a book of all their lyrics, and I'd read that book. But Paulie, back to the numerology. Anthony Mason reminds me a little bit taller version of the microwave. Vinny
Johnson.
Yeah, for the Detroit Pistons. I don't know why I even mentioned that.
What a great nickname too. That's my boy, the microwave. You know what I mean? Great name. If you got named after an appliance, that's a great name. The fridge, the microwave. That's high level nickname.
Well, it's funny, and this is a shout out to my parents' generation, but my dad, whenever he sees somebody built like that, he'll say, oh, that guy's built like a brick bleep house.
I love that phrase. Yeah, I love that phrase.
A brick bleep house. So, Paulie, 76, I got to go Dwayne Board. We got to go our guy, Dwayne. Yeah. One of the reasons I rooted for the Seattle Seahawks, because Dwayne Board has been affiliated with the Seattle Seahawks. That's why I rooted for them in the Super Bowl. And then I got to go 67. Do we have a Pete Kugler in the house? A Pete Kugler.
Yes, we do have a Pete Kugler, dude. That's my man Cougs, Pete Kugler. Great pull, Tony. Fantastic.
And wasn't Dahlman 67 as well?
Chris
I think
Dahlman, boy, that's like, oh, geez, Louise.
I want to say he was 67, dude. I want to say that he was 67. I'm gonna just try and verify.
I need confirmation on that too. I remember the player. I can't place his number right now, which upsets me.
That's okay, buddy. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's okay. Yeah, no, there he is, 67. Pete
Good
Dahlman.
man. Good man.
Yeah.
Between the two of us, we'll usually get it right. Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, Paulie, we got a lot to get into today. Some fun birthdays we can get into later on in the show.
Okay.
Just a news flash from Robot Centaur. The 49ers have hired who? Hold on a second. Niners have hired Matt Eberflus as their assistant head coach of defense.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Right,
Interesting. Okay.
Dude, again, crazy, dude. Here we are.
He was a head coach not that long ago in the league. Wasn't he the head coach of the Bears just a few years ago? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Eberflus.
Is it Eberflus? I apologize. I'm not hip to my Niners assistant defensive coaches.
Yeah.
And Jesus, dude. Let's see what else he did. So he was with the Cowboys last year, and the Bears, head coach of the Bears. He was with the Cowboys last year, the Colts before the Bears, and then the Bears 22-24. So okay. Dude, and by the way, the interesting thing is the new look on defense, no Saleh. Go Saleh, go Titans. But we have Raheem Morris now in the saddle for the Niners. That should be very interesting. But my point, Paulie, is that here we are, March 5th. We're on the precipice of another Giants mosaic, as Mario Leary likes to say.
It's a mosaic, Tony.
Totally.
They're playing baseball. Yeah.
And we're talking NFL free agency and NFL coaching hires. It's just wild how NFL is freaking big.
It's a number one. I mean, it is now the national pastime. It has been for some years. And by the way, we left off last night's show with a cliffhanger. We're supposed to pick up today, and we will. So let's get into free agency. But I do want to say I have a couple of quick announcements of my own. One of them is just a gentle reminder to the PNP audience that we will play the music assignment yesterday. We will unfurl our brand new sponsor attached to it. Our good friends at Standard Deviant Brewing are now the sponsor of the weekly music assignment. Mark DeVito is a music lover, just like we are. It turns out there's a lot of us guys that love sports and love music, and Mark is definitely one of those guys. But tomorrow's a big day because John, if you missed last night's show, you haven't been with us for a couple of days, I just want to catch you up. We have John Joseph, our legendary audience member. This guy's been there. This is the guy that worked the merch stand when we had the opening day party last year at Long Bridge Pizza. He was like, I got it. Let me sell the merch. And John, like from that moment on, I think we all kind of fell in love with Double J, John Joseph, and he emerges every now and again. He came out to the yard with us last year. He had the Technicolor rain overcoat on for the Christmas party. He will be the guest sponsor of the music assignment tomorrow. And the assignment is, folks, cars. Songs about cars, bands connected to cars. Maybe there's a band that's named after a car. All that.
A little Gary Newman, Paulie, but that's too easy. That's too down Main Street. That's too down Broadway. Too much down Broadway. So I'm not going to go. That's not going to be my selection, Paulie.
I happen to love that track. I love Gary Newman cars. Here in my car. A great track. But anyway, tune in for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And if you want to send us your contribution to the list, we'll compile the list and we'll read them, all the listeners' songs on the air. It's pauliespod@gmail.com. Tony, when the other order of business I want to throw out there is Tony and I and Don Peralta have been brainstorming about the return of our bummer brackets because we are in March. And as we get later on into this month, NCAA basketball will kick off their March Madness tournament. We take a different approach. Dude, one of the greatest images of all time. The return of the bummer brackets, where we take stuff like, Tony, give me an example of a matchup last year, like a DMV as opposed to getting your car towed, stuff like that. Just the worst. Go ahead. Give me another example.
I'll say, can I just put exit velocity on there right now on this year's bracket? Can I put exit velocity again, and then launch angle in another matchup somewhere else too? Can I put both of those together? Maybe, I don't know. Oh, sorry. I didn't know. Sorry, B. I would put both of those on the bummer bracket. And I know we have the bracket saved somewhere. I'll have to dig it up and remember some of the matchups that we had because there were. And by the way, Paulie and I were talking pre-show. I love all the brackets that happen during March Madness, but I would venture a guess that we're one of, if not the only place, one of the very few places that does a bummer
Oh,
bracket. Like
it's not.
what
I guarantee you, we're the only ones, dude. That I'll tell you what. Much like Sweet Mad Hatter, I think the idea originated from most likely a gummy-induced haze, as
Yes.
Sweet Mad Hatter was. That's probably where that idea came from. But yeah, anyway, we're going to bring back the bummer brackets. We'll post them online so everybody can kind of play along and vote along. And your votes are going to count. Whichever matchup gets the most votes, that's who's going to advance. And Tony, being the forward thinker that he is determined that it would be best this year if I'll use the word streamline, Tony. We're going to streamline this bad boy to what? You think we should go like a round of 16 to the Final Four to the champ? Okay.
16, Elite 8, Final Four champion, and just to have at it and just crush it. I know Carlos De La Fuente loved last year's bummer bracket. He'll have some good entries. We can take entries from the chat. You can email us or from the audience, pollyspod@gmail.com. Anything that bums you out.
Yeah.
It could be shaving. You hate shaving. Bums me out. You hate I don't know, mowing the lawn. How
about like driverless cars? You know what I mean? Waymos.
Dude,
How about
Waymo?
Yeah.
Waymo is definitely on the bracket this year. And you know what? And if we find that we have more than 16, then we'll revisit the idea of having like maybe start with the 32 or whatever. We'll just figure it out as it goes, just like we did last year. We kind of winged it and figured it out as we processed along, and it was great. It was super fun. So we'll do it again this year, probably. Looking forward to that.
Right. I just want to announce that we are starting the conversations, and it will be back. The brackets will be back in a couple of weeks. T, go ahead.
This is the third time you mentioned Sweet Mad Hatter today, so I feel like with a third mention, the same way if a song gets selected 3 times in the musical assignment, it gets put on the playlist.
Yep.
Because you mentioned Sweet Mad Hatter 3 times, Paulie, I'm going to share the plans. I'm
sharing. Oh, God, I want to see him.
I'm sharing what he calls his magic box, Paulie. There is Sweet Mad Hatter's magic box.
Dude, that is a magic box. Wow.
Central Oregon, right there. Sweet Mad Hatter. He's up to good things up there in the Central Oregon area near Eugene, Oregon. And he also provided the spec, the temp.
The specs, dude. The specs. By the way, how about the reactions coming in? Matt Stenson, damn, with fire. Don Peralta, I got goosebumps. Humdinger 87. Wow. It's a beat LA. Holy S, dude. No, I feel you guys. Hey, Sweet Mad Hatter, you have a lot to be proud of, my brother.
Tip of the cap, dude. Tip of the cap, Mad Hatter. That's incredible, man. That's incredible.
Humdinger 87, as she is entirely appropriate in doing so, she's asking if we could punctuate that with some Bob Marley sounders.
Oh, well, let's hope.
Let's find out. Fingers. We're gonna find out, Leah. We're not sure. Yeah.
Cross fingers.
Herb is a plant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then what is herb good for?
Herbs are good for everything.
It's good for everything. Paul.
Everything. And speaking of Humdinger, just one more note between me and Humdinger. I saw you mention the Paulie Mac and Friends show that is coming up March 20th. I hope to see you there, Humdinger. It would be great to hang out. We're going to play 2 sets. David Drutz on bass. We're going to have a great lineup. We got 2 different guitar players kind of coming in, sitting in with us too. It's going to be a lot of fun. So yes, 320 Brisbane in Paulie Mac and Friends. I will see you there. Okay. One more thing. And then we're talking NFL free agency. You mentioned birthdays earlier in the show that you want to get in some birthdays. I wanted to throw this out to the community. I think people would be interested in knowing this. If you guys haven't heard or you don't know, let me fill everybody in right now. We have a very special birthday coming up this Saturday in the PMP community. She has been known as the queen of the scene. She has been known as Patty from Napa. She has been known as Miss PMP 2025. Patty from Napa is celebrating a birthday this Saturday. So send her some birthday love, you guys. While that's in my head, I just want to get that out there for Patty because she has kind of slid into this role now where she is helping us out with a lot of business matters connected to the show. And it's getting bigger and we need the help. And Patty, thank you for all that you do. And I just want to say early happy birthday to you. I hope you listen to your Eagles and you get your Bon Jovi cake or whatever, but enjoy the day. So everybody give Patty some love tomorrow, especially. Just throwing that out.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Patty. She's crushing it in Lake Havasu. And when we talk about Tom Stack later on the program, she's already gotten in touch with Tom Stack about Havasu properties. We can talk about that later in the show, but yeah, Patty living her best life with Mikey, by the way. Let's not forget Patty is happy for many reasons. One of the reasons too is also because she's got Mikey in her life. So, and she also has John Bon Jovi and the Eagles in her life as well. So happy early birthday, Patty, but we'll celebrate again tomorrow too.
You mentioned Tom Stack. Should we take care of some business right now?
We can stack them and rack them. Absolutely.
Let's stack
Paulie.
them and rack them. Yeah, let's stack
Yeah.
them, rack them, and crack them for Tom Stack with Caldwell Banker Realty. This is one of our newest sponsors. Stack them and rack them. I like that. What are you doing?
I was just thinking of the jive section in Airplane when he says leg it down and smack 'em, yak 'em, right? He says smack 'em, yak 'em. Right?
Something like that. Yeah.
I think he says leg it down and smack 'em, yak 'em. Cold got to be, right? So there you go.
Okay.
That's when Barbara Billingsley says, yes, I speak jive. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
she took matters into her own hand, man. Kind of lay me to the bone. Dude,
Do you speak jive, Tony? That's my question. Do you speak jive?
The only jive I speak is the jive spoken in Airplane, which I tip my cap to again because I just that scene is incredible. The whole movie. If you haven't gone back and watched Airplane anytime recently, do yourself a favor. It's just a timeless classic. Timeless classic, Airplane.
I will throw this onto the jive pile. Rags and I are fluent in jive talking. Okay, jive talking
Nice.
by the Bee Gees. Remember the other night I was telling you about that? We got into this story about how I went down to Baltimore for a bachelor party, wound up in Fells Point at some sketchy outfits. And Rags and I, at the end of that night, it was probably 4, 5, 6 in the morning. We're sharing a room with like 10 dudes. Everybody's sleeping in the hotel room except Rags and I. We had the little hotel transistor radio on the table. We had one station coming. All of a sudden, bro, they started playing jive talking at about 5:30 in the morning. Rags and I it turned into a dance party. Everybody in the room was upset with us, but Rags and I, dude, 5 a.m. on the 100% jive talking, man.
Jive talking.
No,
Oh, come
bringing
on,
me down. I
Oh.
got the jive talk. Dude, in the keyboard line. Money. It's money.
I bet you Stack is down with jive talking. Tom Stack.
A little bit of a
Guaranteed.
detour at the beginning of that Tom Stack special, but that happens, Tom.
Yes.
You know how it goes. We flow freely on the program, but Tom Stack is our guy. He is one of our newest partners. He is a broker, as I said, with Caldwell Banker Realty. This is another guy who's well experienced. Like we're presenting the audience with a lot of people and a lot of different businesses, and all of them are very experienced, trustworthy, reputable names that have been doing this a long time. Tom Stack is definitely one of those guys. For starters, when it's time to buy a house, there you go. He's at 710 Ashbury, handling his business. You got to be able to trust the broker. You have to be able to trust the person you're working with, and you empower them to make big decisions on your behalf. Like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Please show me a house that fits our needs. So if you're a first-time buyer, Tom Stack would be the perfect agent for you. Tony's going to give you all the territories that he covers, but he can plug you into a real estate agent really anywhere in the Bay. He handles most of the real estate issues out in the East Bay, but he can connect you with people. Like he just connected Patty with somebody for Lake Havasu. He can connect people in the North Bay, the city, etc. He is a city kid. He's an SI product like Tony and like Scarlet Fire's son and like Dr. Matt Young's son, but he is also a people person. He's a guy that cares about your well-being. He's a guy that has the proper guidance. He can give you the proper assistance when you're making a huge decision like purchasing a home. In fact, he will be treating you like a rock star. So I don't care if it's your first time buying, if it's your second, third, fourth, maybe you just need like a getaway place for the weekend, whatever it is. Have the conversation with Tom Stack and let him go to work for you. 925-878-9964. Again, Tom Stack. You can email Tom anytime. It's tom.stack, and that's STACK at cbnorcal.com. cbnorcal.com. Go ahead, T.
Well, also, if you go to tomstack.com, it's his own Coldwell Banker real estate website. He has a whole page about buying and selling. And he says, he goes, home. It's the most important purchase you'll ever make. As an experienced agent, I understand the difference between buying a house and finding your home. Let me show you how to make the process smooth and trouble-free. And then if you scroll down on the page, he breaks down the home buying process. He talks about before you buy the house. He talks about the search of finding the right house for you. Then he talks about making the actual purchase. And then on that same page, he has a home loan calculator, so you can find out what you can afford. So he's there with you every single step of the way. And we talk about the phrase that you see on the screen, I'll treat you like a rock star. And
Yep.
it's really true. He will treat you like a rock star. We say that for a few reasons, but one of the main reasons is that Tom used to work with rock stars. He used to work with Carlos Santana. He used to work with Jerry Garcia and the Dead, to mention a couple. He treats you that way because he's seen it in his own experiences, and he's transferring that to you, to the client. So,
Yeah.
and he wants to make it a relationship. He doesn't want to make it a transaction. He wants to make it a relationship. And if you go to the website too, tomstack.com, there's a bunch of testimonials about people that don't talk about just, oh, Tom found we found a great home through Tom. They talk about the entire experience of finding the home with Tom, the storytelling, keeping you entertained, making it an enjoyable experience every time you got together with Tom to search for a home or to talk about your home. So again, we love Tom as the person. And I promise you, if Megan and I were going to move, we're calling Tom Stack.
Nice.
The Lafayette, Moraga, Orinda area is what he specializes in. But the greater East Bay as well, Martinez, Concord, Walnut Creek, Pleasant Hill, that entire area as well. So get in touch with Tom if you really want to talk some shop, talk some home buying or selling. 925-878-9964, 925-878-9964, or email tom.stack@cbnorcal.com. And by the way, keep an eye out for Tom at shows too, because he's a music head just like us. And hey, you can talk music with Tom all day long. Talk sports with Tom. Music and sports and real estate. The trifecta with Tom Stack, Paulie.
Yeah, well said. Very well said. And I will say this, speaking of that, Tom was a really close friend of Bill Walton's for a very long time. So he's got great stories about hanging with Bill. He's told me some. In fact, if you hang out with Tom Stack, tell him I told you this. Ask Tom about because Tom told me an incredible story when I saw Dark Star Orchestra with him a couple of weeks ago. He told me a great story about him and Walton seeing Bob Dylan at the Warfield. Just ask him to tell you that story. I'll let him take it from there. It's freaking amazing. They dropped something in the venue after the gig. They had to go back, and he was saying Walton was telling Tom, "You're going to have to go back inside, Tom." And he sent Tom back. It's hilarious. Anyway, ask him that. And Tom is always available to help you with your real estate needs, like Tony said. So make the call today and let Tom do some of his great work on your behalf, your family. If you're a first timer, Tom's the guy. 925-878-9964. You don't have to be a first timer, but my point is he is entirely trustworthy. He's a stand-up dude, and he's going to treat you great. Thank you, Tom Stack. Thank you, Coldwell Banker Realty. Okay. Tony,
Paulie, real quick on that note, there's a whole network that's been created through the PNP Familia and the PNP Army and the people that watch this show. And so even if it's not just you that are looking to buy or sell, if you know of a friend or a family member or a coworker or somebody connected to you or somebody connected to somebody that you're connected with, mention Tom's name, give him Tom's number, give him Tom's information, because that's how it's all about. It's all about word of mouth and passing the word along. When you hear about somebody that's looking to buy or sell, promise them that they won't do wrong with Tom Stack. I just wanted to say that just to get the network involved. That's all.
Thank you, T. No, thank you, T. And like Don Peralta said, Tom Stack is everywhere. Speaking of being everywhere, our guy Escobar Cheeks III has generously sent us a super. So why don't we give him some love? And then I want to talk NFL free agents a little bit, T. But first, a little bit of business.
Yeah, and I also want to talk you want to talk NFL free agency, and I want to talk some baseball as well.
You got it. You got it. Okay.
All right, stand by. If we can just play this just because we can, right?
Yes. Oh, beautiful.
There we go, Paulie. So here we get. Let's get Escobar up in the mix.
Hear it, Tony. It's so good to hear it again. It really does. Feels great to hear the clean version.
Just for bleeps and giggles this morning, I watched the whole skit from the actual show. I'm blinking on this show again. The name of the show these guys are from New Zealand.
Kids in the Hall or something?
No, it's not Kids in the Flight of the Conchords. I always forget that name.
Okay.
Flight of the Conchords. Great. Go watch the skit. Just search Business Time Flight of the Conchords and watch the entire skit. It is freaking hilarious. And he's not talking about the 9-to-5 workday when he mentions business time, if you know what I mean. So Escobar Cheeks is a double time super. First off, he says numerology, Juan Marichal, Robbie Thompson. Dude, that's great. Great. I actually I liked Robbie Thompson. His kid went to school at my school for a little while in San Mateo. when he was a Giant. So Robbie Thompson, Juan Marichal. By the way, no one does a leg kick like Juan Marichal did. No one.
No, no one
it's
ever will
amazing.
again. You'll never see that again. That's gone. Yeah.
That's why that statue is so incredible. The Juan Marichal statue is so badass. I've taken more pictures in front of that statue than any other statue at the ballpark. I love that statue. Anyways, Escobar, thank you for the first super. Second super.
Here we go.
Hashtag frenzy. Here we go. Hashtag I speak jive. Hashtag free the thumb drive.
Yeah.
Hashtag feed the algorithm.
Yeah.
Hashtag no shaman. Hashtag Tony Hats USA.
Tony
Hashtag,
hates USA.
Oh, hate. I said hats. Sorry. I don't hate USA. This is the one day where it's kind of on an even level where Italy is still.
Tony hates America. Hashtag Tony hates America. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice, dude. Yeah. Hashtag Tony hates USA. Hashtag no butt stuff. Hashtag smash the like button. Hashtag we love magic boxes. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Hashtag F Shady Shohei and hashtag big stack. Damn, Escobar.
Nice. Escobar, very thorough, very complete list of hashtags. I hope to see you, man, on 325 at the opening day party. Hell, come to the gig too if you can. I'll take as much Escobar as I can get. Okay. Did you have something else, Tony, after the business time?
No, I was just looking up the Italy World Baseball Classic to see what their deal is.
Right. As you do hate American baseball, go ahead.
I do. I definitely do. I'm anti-American, but
he's anti-USA. Right. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh my God. We got the Czechs and Koreans today. Korea won 11-4. My God.
Actually, I think it's the Czechs in Australia, if I'm not mistaken. Czechs in Australia at 7 p.m. at the Tokyo Dome, right? Yeah. So
that's a doubleheader for the Czechs today. Okay, on Fox Sports 1, FS1, Australia and Czech today at 7 p.m. Paulie. So that's today's action. Tomorrow is, we mentioned the USA, the team I hate, the country I hate.
Right, especially when the team that Tony hates, of course,
Dude,
especially when Logan Webb is getting the start too. Tony's totally anti-Logan Webb, anti-Team USA. I know how it is.
Logan Webb is getting the start. We're very excited for that as they take on Brazil. I'm looking for Italy. Italy plays Saturday against Brazil, 1 p.m. first pitch Eastern time. So I follow Italy. I follow the United States, of course, but I hate United States. So F them and go Italy.
Wow, I just want to relay this message as we're talking baseball. We can do baseball first since we're already here. But Big Al and Chico says, did you guys see the brawl between Canada and Mexico? I did not, but I will definitely make a point to find it. Maybe you can find it. Maybe we can watch it right now. T, do you have access to that? The brawl?
I saw a brawl, and I saw John Boy breaking down a brawl, but I feel like was that an old brawl that they were celebrating, or was it a new one? Because there was one in 2013 the John Boy. Let's see.
Team USA and Team Mexico and Team Canada, says Big Al. I haven't seen it.
It was 2013, I believe. It was, and it's incredible. The John Boy did a great recap. They said, let's go back to one of the greatest brawls in baseball history, let alone world baseball classic history. And it was in 2013. So if you do a search for it, it's phenomenal. There's water bottles being chucked from the crowd, getting players getting hit in the face. It's pretty wild, man. There's a lot of
this is not a new fight. This is just an old thing that was replayed.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Just checking. Yeah.
I mean, although, man, I gotta say, yesterday, that was the Mariners. That wasn't USA. But Mariners, Giants, Matos got hit in the head. And I was like, damn, dude, that's pretty high and tight to be going in spring freaking training.
Matos got hit in the head, and then one of the Giant pitchers drilled one of the Mariners in the hand. I mean, that's how you break a hand, and that did not look good. It was like a direct hit. Do you remember who the batter was? I don't. It was some Mariner who got drilled on the hand after the Matos thing.
It might have been Will Wilson. I think, but I don't remember exactly who it was. But I was thinking, like, God, my son Dom asked me, he goes, Dad, do you think they were getting back at you? Do you think they were retaliating? I said, no, not in spring. I doubt it, because I don't think the Mariners pitcher was trying to do anything. He was just trying to throw up and in. But man, he got up and in, and dude, the sound of the ball hitting Matos in the helmet was, it was jarring. It was
It's
jarring.
brutal. Yeah, you hate to
Yeah.
see that. And I hate to see guys getting injured in spring training in any regard. Like the biggest thing you can hope for in the Cactus League is just get out of there healthy. You know,
Yes.
just get out of there in one piece and start the season. So I'm with you on that. I wasn't crazy about seeing that. But all right, you go first, Tony. Since you said you got baseball stuff, what is up your baseball sleeve today you want to talk about?
Well, first of all, Big Al and Chico's apologizing for bringing that up to the show. I said, dude, he says 2013. He says, sorry, but it was a great fight. Yes, dude.
Hey,
100% a great fight. And
it's all
anything
good.
you can add
You're,
to the
you're
show.
talking to two guys that do stuff like that all the time. It's all good,
Mhm.
Big Al. Don't even sweat it, man.
Oh, I love Big Al too. And by the way, Big Al repping in Chico. Big Al, do you know the Mother Hips? Since you're from Chico, do you know the Mother Hips? Answer on the chat. Great band. If you don't know them, check them out. If you do know them, then you know what I'm talking about. Great band, still gigging, still putting out new music too, Paulie. What I saw, Bryce Eldridge and our guy Dan Cochimilio posted it. So I was excited that Dan posted it. It was a beautiful piece of hitting by Bryce Eldridge. And I'm trying to get to bookmarks here, but it's stalled for a second here. Bryce Eldridge had a great piece of hitting yesterday. It was like a laser base hit
Okay.
over the shortstop.
Beautiful.
And it was a pitch on the low on the outer half of the plate. He's a lefty, so outer half of the plate. And it was Dan. It was a bunch of people saying, exit velocity 113. And I was like,
Yeah. Who
So-
cares? I don't care.
Well,
I could care less. But go
here's
ahead.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
And Dan wasn't making the big point about the exit velocity. He was making the point about Bryce Eldridge being ready for the bigs and
Good. I hope
send me
so.
back down to AAA. And I totally agree, Dan. And Dan knows his ball. My point being is, sure, it's impressive for a ball to exit the bat on contact at 113 miles an hour. It's a tip of the cap to the pitcher. It's a tip of the cap to the hitters. The speed of the pitch, the speed of the swing, the precise contact on the barrel where the ball made contact on the barrel. But I just wish that wasn't the reaction for a great piece of hitting. I wish the reaction was,
Yeah.
damn, that ball was low and out, and he took that and hit a laser over the shortstop's head. That is maturity as a hitter. Because probably 2 years ago he tried to pull that pitch and hit a lazy ground ball to second base. But today's modern baseball analyst and fan is like, ooh, exit velocity. And I'm like, no, who cares about exit velocity? The fact that he went the other way, the fact that he stayed back on the pitch and let the ball travel and let it get deep and then took it the other way and he hit it where the ball was pitched. That's what's impressive about that at bat, not the exit velocity. And I'm sounding like old guy. Get off my
No,
lawn.
it's okay, dude. I totally agree
Yeah.
with everything you're saying. It's fine. Let it out, man.
Yeah, it bothers me to no end. And coaching kids that are right now, I'm coaching 12 and 11-year-olds, and I couldn't be more anti that approach.
Yeah.
For coaching. When it comes to coaching, I want kids to be focused on hitting the top half of the baseball, ground balls, line drives. I could care less about home runs. I mean, home runs are great. They're majestic. They're a beautiful thing to watch. But to be trying to do that, to be focused on doing that
Yeah.
instead of just getting on base, getting over, getting in like
Well-
that's why I fell in love with baseball, was that type of manufacturing of a run. And then the home run is like this added bonus of the beautiful swings and like, Will Clark, I promise you, Will Clark, who had one of the greatest swings of all time.
He was one of the greatest hitters of that generation. I mean, period.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I promise you that he was never trying to hit a
No.
home run.
No.
Barry Bonds, I would argue that maybe there were times he was trying to hit one because he was so strong.
But
and
he
so
was
fast.
such a rare exception. He's one in a million. You're right. I've heard a lot of big league players say that when you try to hit a home run in the box, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen. You're probably going to pop up. Yeah.
And look at Mark Gravy Graves on the chat. He says, I'll take a roster full of 300 hitters with exit velocity of 75 miles an hour. And Mark, it's like you're reading my notebook, dude, in my notes here, dude, because I said, you know what? I'm going to do a dive here because when the Giants signed Arise, the big stat that came out was, there's only 2 hitters that have batted 300 in over 300 in 3 of the last 4 years.
That is freaking pathetic, by the way. I'm going to go out there and I want to align myself with Will Clark on this. That is absolutely pathetic. The art of hitting is it's drying up and dying
Well,
before
yeah.
our very eyes. I mean, the art of hitting has been lost on this generation. And the way this drip generation, the batting glove oven mitt generation, they're not really coached to hit, to become complete hitters. It's all about power. And I don't think that's good for the game. I think that actually dulls the game down quite a bit.
Well, strikeouts aren't fun to watch. They're just not fun to watch. I mean, as a former pitcher, I applaud strikeouts from the pitching perspective, but as far as the offensive part of the game, I see Pine Needle on the chat. He's saying Will Clark started out his career with a home run. Yes, he did, but I promise you, if you asked him, hey, off Nolan, when you faced Nolan Ryan in 85, and you faced Nolan Ryan and you took him deep in your first at bat, were you trying to do that? I promise you, he's going to say no. But back to the matter at hand, Paulie.
Please finish this. Yeah, I'm all over this. Go ahead.
Well, Arise and Judge are the only two players in Major League Baseball to hit over 300 in 3 of the last 4 years. That's it. That's it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a little bit of a deep dive. Last year, there were 7 hitters that hit over 300. 7
in the bigs. That's it. 7.
That's it.
Dude, guys are excited now when they're like, hey, he's a 240 hitter. I'm like, yeah, that sucks. 240 stinks. Like, that's nothing to applaud. People are like excited about that now. Okay, but finish. You see, I'm getting upset now, but finish your thought. Go ahead.
Sorry. Hold on a second. I also see the Nutter talking about Tim Bloom from the Mother Hips and lived out on 46th and Uloa. Out in the Sunset District, across from his grandma's house back in the day. So there's a little side chat going on about the Mother Hips. This is great.
Good. Tim Bloom's a good dude, man. Tim Bloom, he did the national anthem at a Giant game once. I remember Tim Bloom being out there. Jackie Green, another great national light. Can we get Jackie Green on opening night? Trot his ass out there and give him an acoustic guitar. If you guys haven't discovered Jackie Green yet, I encourage all of you, go to Spotify, go to Apple Music, dive into some Jackie Green music. I will say this. Not only is he a great guitar player, an incredible singer, he is also one of my favorite voices to sing like Jerry Garcia songs. Like, he sings Jerry as well, if not better than most. So Jackie Green, get him out there for opening day. Side note, go ahead, T. Sorry.
Also, throw Jackie in with the Black Crows, and you've got one hell of a sound as well.
Throw Jackie in with anybody, anywhere, anytime. He's going to improve. He's going to lift the whole thing. Dude, you want to know what's nuts? I got to play with Jackie Green a couple of years ago at the Jake Peavy. I couldn't freaking believe it. I had Jackie Green on keys singing backups while I was singing Dead Flowers, and Catherine Hartswick as well was also singing backups. I was like, I'm surrounded by world-class talent here. This is fun. Like, what a great position to be in, man. That was a great night.
Oh, you're talking Jennifer Hartswick from the Trey band? Catherine, but you're talking about the Jennifer Hartswick from the Trey Horns, from the
my
Horns?
bad. Yes, take 2. Okay. Yeah, Jennifer Hartswick, and she is a lovely woman and an incredible talent, incredible singer. Yeah,
incredible. I love the musical tangents, Paulie, on the show. And you, by the way, hey Giants, that would be a good executive role. Bring Jake Peavy back into the mix. I don't know. I loved Peavy's short stint with the Giant, but I loved it. He packed a lot into that short stint. One of the great 22s of Giants history, Jake Peavy.
And also, I'll never forget the image of him. And you were at the game with me, man, the night that Ishikawa hit the home run to send Giants to the World Series. Peavy bum rushes Ishikawa when he's rounded second. Ishikawa's like, dude, I still got to touch the bases. I got to step on home plate. Remember, Peavy had his jacket on. He was running around. It's like, oh, okay, man, okay. Yeah, the excitement of a Jake Peavy, dude. I love that dude. But
also just the guy. The purity of a Jake Peavy, man. Like, the guy is just such a pure dude. Like, he's such a giving, loving, passionate dude. I couldn't be a bigger fan of Jake Peavy. Paulie, Steve Groshel's a super. I want to throw that up there too. Grosh. Next Friday's musical assignment sponsor and guest, Steve Grosh.
Can't wait. I love those guys, man. The Santa Cruz Mafia. Cannot wait.
So Steve Groschel, ground balls are more democratic, says Crash Davis.
Yeah.
Crash Davis, part of the best baseball movie ever made, in my humble opinion. Bull Durham. Bull Durham wins it for me.
Well, you're opening up like a freaking Pandora's box now if we're talking baseball movies. One thing at a time. We got to stay on point here. So,
we don't really, because
the rules are there ain't no rules.
All right, bring them in. Let's go. Bring them in.
No, we don't. Yeah, we don't have to be. I just love Bull Durham because I think it represents the true version of baseball.
I'm gonna shout out, if we're gonna talk baseball movies even for 5 seconds, I gotta throw one on the table that nobody ever talks about, and it's worth at least a mention. I mean, you don't take it like serious. It's not life or death, but it's a fun watch. It's called The Slugger's Wife. Do you remember The Slugger's Wife with the what's his name? Michael O'Keefe, the kid from Caddyshack he's involved with Rebecca De Mornay, I believe. She's the Slugger's wife. And anyway, it's a fun flick. It's just a fun baseball movie that doesn't get a lot of mention. So I'll throw that one out there.
Wow, Paulie. I did not see that coming. That came out in 85, dude.
Perfect. Perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. So it predates Bull Durham. It hit the scene before Bull Durham did.
That is incredible. Oh my God. Yes. And Rebecca De Mornay, Randy Quaid, Michael O'Keefe.
Dude, Randy Quaid. I forgot you got the Quaid. Dude, anything with Randy Quaid, I'm immediately interested. Give me some Uncle Eddie anytime.
I haven't seen this, Paulie. I gotta see this. And by the way, the Amazon write-up on The Slugger's Wife, a hunky ball player falls for a sexy rock singer.
Perfect. That's perfect for me. Okay, sign me up, man. No wonder I like it so much. I got a couple people out there feeling it. Groschel knows. He goes, excellent pull, Paulie. Thank you, brother. Karen Bell, Slugger's Wife is a good watch. I'm telling you, Tony, you're due. Get some Slugger's Wife in you, buddy. It's good for you.
Homework assignment. And can we bring the word hunk and hunky back, please?
Well, we're trying to do that with the hot and hunky men of the PMP community with the calendar. Like, you know what I mean? I want Sweet Mad Hatter on a month. I want Rags on a month with his freaking cast on. I want Creative Tony. And I would give each hot and hunky dude the month that they were born. So, Tony, you would get July. Rags would get May. You know, stuff like that. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of hot and hunky, before I finish my diatribe about hitting in MLB, pick a hot and hunky partner we have, Paulie. They're both hot and hunky. You want Dr. Matt Young or do you want Carlos De La Fuente?
I'm going to go Dr. Matt Young. I'm going to go with the tan. I'm going to go with the deep tan of a Dr. Matt Young, the rich tan of a Dr. Matt Young. That's the way I prefer my dentist to present himself. A deep tan, sparkling white teeth. And by the way, you know what else doesn't get discussed enough? The hair. The hair of a Dr. Young. It's perfect as like the Warren Zevon song. And his hair was perfect. Dr. Young's hair is freaking perfect, as are his dental skills. Kidding aside, this is my main man. He's the official dentist of the PMP community, Dr. Matt Young and the Young Dental Group here in San Francisco, right downtown, 490 Post Street. Union Square. It's a beautiful part of the city to spend an afternoon in. So turn a day into it. You know what I mean? Go get a checkup at Dr. Young's, have a nice dinner afterwards while you're in Union Square. Stop by the Handlery Hotel. Say what's up to my main man, John Handlery. I love that dude. But in any case, I've known Dr. Young for over a decade. He's been my dentist for over a decade. Tony has just been turned on to the joys of being a patient of Dr. Young. Dr. Young, again, consistently, like all of our sponsors, he's been in business over 25 freaking years. That's how long he's been in practice, over 25 years. So that tells you he's doing something right. We like to talk about, we sing the praises of Dr. Matt Young. Big baseball fan, passionate about San Francisco, like just a really good guy. I'm going to try to get him out to the opening night party too at Standard Deviant. But he will work with you, whatever you want to be comfortable. I think it's important to relay that because I was a super nervous guy with the dentist until I met Dr. Young. So when I go in there, he's like, all right, whatever you need, dude. How are we going to keep you comfortable today? He can bring you in a set of headphones. He will give you the gas during a procedure. If you request that, he will do that. He offers all the comprehensive dental care you can imagine: cleanings, fillings, implants, veneers, orthodontics, emergency care. Tony, the team, the staff is fantastic. And again, Dr. Young's specialty is implant surgeries and implant restorations. He is the president. Think about this. The guy's the president of the American Academy of Implant Dentistry. Tony, there are so many positive reviews. It's like it's a surplus of positive reviews. You guys should go read them just so you don't hear just from us. Read up from what some of his other patients have to say, and you will see why we love Dr. Matt Young. Make an appointment today, 415-392-8611. Info, Tony, at youngdentalsf.com. Thank you, Dr. Young. You're the freaking man. We love you.
He is absolutely the man, Paulie, and his years of experience, and the people refer to it, they say a table side manner, his chair side manner. When he sits down in the chair and scoots up next to you and then just makes you feel so comfortable and so relaxed from the get-go, which nobody really says, oh, I can't wait to go to the dentist. But with Dr. Matt Young, you're like, you know what? It's going to be fun to see Dr. Young today. It's going to be fun to see the Young Dental SF staff today. I looked forward to seeing Joyce because that's who I saw. My kids thoroughly enjoyed their experience. Seriously, where they were like, you know what, Dad, it's not bad. Because before they were just like, I don't want to go to the dentist. Now my wife and kids see Dr. Young as well. And I just want to read this. This is from Richard.
Okay.
And this is from a late 2025 review. He says, tomorrow I see Dr. Young to receive my implant. It's a multi-procedural process I found easy and efficient throughout. Since the upper tooth I needed replaced was in my smile line, Dr. Young provided me with a temporary tooth that totally matched my other teeth.
Nice.
Yeah, how cool is that,
I've
man?
had a temporary tooth. He gave me one of those once. I got one. I went home with a temp. Yeah.
He did the same for me, Paul. He gave me a temporary tooth because he's like, I don't want you walking around with that kind of gap in your. That is right there. That act right there. It's like it's a purely cosmetic move for Dr. Young, but he knows that nobody wants to go around with like a smile with a jacked up tooth. So he's like, hey,
right.
Here's a temporary tooth until you come back for your next procedure. So Richard goes on to say this was necessary since it takes several months before the final imprint process is completed. Dr. Young's skills and credentials rank at the highest level. I do not hesitate in saying when it comes to implants, Dr. Young is the best dentist in this field. And that's from Richard. It just, again, Paulie, the proof's in the pudding. And I haven't had an implant, and I don't know anybody who has, but that takes a certain type of prowess and a certain type of concentration, a certain type of care that doesn't exist in every human being, man. So Dr. Young is certainly a professional in this field, just a master in this field. And so we love Dr. Young, and he's going to take good care of you. If you're looking for a new dentist or you haven't gone to the dentist in a while, check out the Young Dental SF group. We're not BSing you. 415-392-8611. 415-392-8611. Give them a call or email. They respond really quick on email too. info@youngdentalsf.com. And I'll mention this every freaking time. They're open 6 days a week, open till 7 p.m. on weekdays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. They're trying to make it easy for you to go see the dentist and enjoyable. There you go, Paul.
A lot of great feedback while you were doing the spot from the audience. For example, we got Aaron Cass tying Niner takes into the dental field. He goes, the 49er offensive line is made up of the NFL player equivalent of temporary teeth. Not bad. Not bad, Aaron Cass. I dig it. Don Peralta coming in with a good one made me laugh. He goes, hey, Dr. Young, do you got any testament? You know what? Let me tell you what. That wouldn't be that far. He'll take that challenge, Dom. I'm telling you. Hey, Dr. Young, do you have any, do you got any overkill? Hey, Dr. Young, do you have any SOD? Tony, ask me what that stands for. SOD.
Stormtroopers of death. Stormtroopers of death, Paulie.
Thank you very much. What would you say if I told you I have that record on vinyl?
I would be like, I'd be very impressed, man. Very impressed.
I have it. There's a track on there called The Ballad of Jimi Hendrix. It's 4 seconds long. 4 seconds. That's it. But I own it. SOD. Dr. Young, do you have any SOD? Anyway, thank you, Dr. Young, and thank you, Young Dental. You're the freaking man. Tony, are you finished with you described it as a diatribe? Are we still going on baseball? Because
we're still going on baseball because I know we got free agents to get to, and we'll get to in a second, but I want to finish this. My point being, Paulie,
yes,
I mentioned Arise and Aaron Judge as the only two people in 3 of the last 4 years that have hit over 300 in all of Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to do a deep dive. In 1987, that's a year just that I loved baseball.
Well, guys can hit in that era. You're going to have a surplus of 300. There were so many guys that knew how to hit back then.
Yeah, and I want to preface all this by saying I know that pitchers have also gotten better, and that pitchers throw harder, and pitchers' stuff is nastier, and they're bigger and stronger, and they do different type of training now. I get all of that, which goes to my point about just try to make contact and try and get on base.
Throw the bat out there, man. See what happens. Throw the bat out there. Make some contact. Let's see where it goes.
Paulie, I tell the kids that I coach, swing out with 2 strikes, swing ugly. And like, what is it? I literally throw the bat at the ball.
Yeah.
Swing ugly. Do not let the umpire ring you up. If you think it's something that's close enough for him to call a strike,
swing it.
Swing.
Take a hack. Yeah.
And just get a piece. Live to see another pitch. All that stuff. All those cliches. But in 87, there were 45 players that hit over 300, with Tony Gwynn leading the charge at 370. 370, Tony Gwynn. Okay. Then you got Wade Boggs in second at 363. Okay?
He was a beast. Wade Boggs was another one of the great hitters of that era. Yeah.
Right. But it didn't stop there. In 1995, I went from 87. I went up to 1995.
Yep.
50 players over 300,
Yeah.
batting over 300. Again, Tony Gwynn leading the charge at 368. Edgar
Yeah.
Martinez in second at 356. Okay, but dude, how about Matt Williams in 1995 batting 336? Our very own San Francisco Giant Matt Williams.
Yep.
And then in 2010, there were still 29 people over 300 in 2010.
That's not that long ago in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
2010 is not that far behind us. And I have to be totally honest. I prefer the 2010 version of MLB to the 2026 version. I really do.
100%, Paulie.
Yeah.
And then finally in 2020, let's see, in 2022, there were, I thought I wrote a note about that. In 2023, there were 9 over 300. In 2024, 7 over 300. Last year, 7. So it's just like this, like you said, it's an art that I seem to be lost. Like, the Ichiro style. And like, I'm not saying everybody goes swing like Ichiro, but I'm saying the Ichiro style of just put the ball on the ground or put the bat on ball and use your speed. And if you don't have speed, then you're a power hitter, but you're not trying to jack balls out of the yard. Just get on freaking base, man. It just drives me nuts. Anyways, that was my deep dive today, Paulie, because I saw this video of Bryce Eldridge, and I was stoked to see Eldridge swing the bat the other way. His first home run of spring was a bomb to left center. I love that he's taking the ball the other way. I don't care about the exit velocity. I don't care about the launch angle. I don't care about any of that crap. I just didn't like that all the posts were talking about that facet of his swing instead of the beautiful swing that he took and the fact that he hit it where it was pitched and the stuff I talked about 10 minutes ago. Anyways, thank you for giving me the time to.
I think the audience is feeling you. Rajiv 8 was saying like somewhere along. I think it's Rajiv 8. Did I pronounce that correctly? One of our guys on the comments line. He said that we somewhere along the way we've lost that appreciation. We've lost the ability. I mean, it's all about home runs now. Tony, I remember when George Brett was flirting with 400 for the second half of the season. Dude, he ended the season batting 390. George Brett. He hit 390. And you know how exciting that was at a guy, because Ted Williams was the last guy to hit 400, right? I believe he was the last one to do it. Yeah. And I would have to take a wild guess that nobody will ever again hit 400 at the major league level. I don't see it. If those guys couldn't do it, it's certainly not going to happen now. The names you mentioned, Tony Gwynn, I threw George Brett out there, Wade Boggs, real pro hitters, Rod Carew, he was another guy. He was a hit machine, and guys today, we just don't have that kind of player anymore. We just don't have that caliber of hitter. And I think the game has suffered as a result of that. I really, like you said, I don't like watching guys swing out of their asses for the fences on every at bat. What you get is a lot of strikeouts, and it's not an enjoyable brand of baseball, that whole style.
No, it's not, man. And the Giants have one of those hitters who's like a bona fide hitter in this kid Arise. Like, he's not a power hitter. He is a contact machine, dude. 21 strikeouts last season, Paulie. 21 strikeouts and like over 600 at bats or 580 at bats, whatever it was. That is what impresses me. Not this batting. Kyle Schwarber hit 56 bombs last year. Very impressive. But he also hit like he was like, remember Dave Kingman?
Of course, Tony. Kong. Shout out Kong. How about that for a nickname? That's my boy Kong. Yeah. Kong.
But I remember my dad used to like love/hate Dave Kingman because he either hit a home run or he struck out. And that's how I feel about Kyle Schwarber. Same way. Now, Bryce Harper, on the other side of things, is a damn good hitter with pop.
He is. He is. He can hit.
Vlad Jr., damn good hitter with pop. Like, I just don't want the focus. I just do they sit in like a lab like Greg Cosell does with NFL films and just watch balls exit their bats and the angles? Like, what do they do? I don't understand. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, dude. I do know what you mean. And you know what's funny? You mentioned Dave Kingman. Dave King, for those that don't know, Dave Kingman was like a home run hitter, a one-dimensional player from the 70s into the 80s. And he did a tour. He was a Giant. He was a Met. I think he was an Oakland A at one point. He was a Cub. He was all over the place. And he generally hit between 25 and 35 home runs a year. That's how I remember him. But at that time, he was kind of disregarded as Dave Kingman, you can't take him seriously. All he does is hit home runs. Today, Dave Kingman would be worth $30 million a season. Dave Kingman would be an all-star player today, where in the era Tony's talking about, where it was balanced with real hitters, Dave Kingman was not regarded as anything that special because that's all he could do. He would hit home runs and strike out, like you said. It was perfect example, really, of what we were talking about.
Right. And Paul, you know what's gross? I'm looking at last year's hitters, the batting average stats for last year. The only Giant on the list is Jung-Hoo Lee at 49th in MLB with a 266 average.
Dude, and 266 is nothing to write home about. Like 266, it's good. That's a professional hitter. That's a good at bat. But dude, it's embarrassing. I mean, it really is. I wish the art of hitting would come back to the game. I'm not so sure it will. I'm really not. God,
dude, it's such a so I don't know. Maybe Vitello. I'm wondering. Vitello hasn't talked about this at all. I'm wondering what his approach is about all of this. I'm sure he's going to take the unoffensive approach of I take data into consideration, and I also just love the eye test as well. What I see in front of me as well. So we'll have to wait and see what the Vitello era brings. But I'm hoping, after coaching college players for as long as he did, that he does believe in manufacturing a run, in small ball, in the hit and run, in swiping bags, all of that stuff to take advantage of creating some sort of chaos for the defense on pitches. Anytime you have a defensive player moving from his position when the ball is being pitched, or when the ball, that is a win for the offense before the ball is even put into play. That's my opinion, Paul.
Hey, final, thank you for that, Tony. No, I appreciate that. I appreciate the research too. You definitely did your homework on this. And I want to say, shout out to Big Al. Big Al said, I heard Dave Kingman was a total a-hole. Bro, no, 100%. He was a notorious dick. Like he would do stuff like this that I've heard. I've heard, like, even at spring training, the fans would come down to the rail and they'd be like, Dave Kingman, I have your baseball card. Will you sign it for me? He would do stuff like this. He would be like, yeah, toss it out here. I'll sign it. And like a kid would take a card, throw it on the field. He would just walk away.
Oh, dude,
and
that player would get lambasted. Well, no, but that player today in social media's day and age would get
destroyed. A guy would get destroyed, but he did stuff like that all the time. Then a kid would lose a card. He would just walk away. That's just one example. That's one story I've heard. And there's a million of them. With Dave Kingman, just a notorious prickly kind of guy. Tony, I think we're going to do something that it's never happened in P&P history. I think we're starting to flirt with our second day of NFL free agency cliffhanger stuff, where we're going to have to boot this into, like, we tried Wednesday, we tried Thursday, still haven't gotten there. So we're going to pick it up on Friday with NFL free agency. But I did want to say something before we wrap. And the Golden State Warriors, shout out to the Warriors. They are taking on Houston today. Early start, 4:30 tip.
Yeah. We also have another super poly from Escobar at some point that I want to get to as well.
Yeah. Right after this, we'll do that. So Warriors, Rockets, 4:30 p.m. That's a Rod Brooks game. Every time I think about Houston, I think about Rod Brooks and ZZ Top, my two great exports of the city of Houston. That's a town I've never been to. I have been to Dallas. I've been to Fort Worth. I've covered that whole area, but I've never been to freaking Houston. Tony, have you ever set foot in the city limits of Houston, Texas?
No, I only played baseball in San Antonio. I did not go to Houston. I've never been to Houston. So my dear friend Greg Rosenfeld, what's up, Greg? He watches the show every now and again. He lives in Houston. So there are good people in Houston. I just have never been. And I don't know. He's always saying come out there. And he invites me to the Redneck Riviera, which is does anybody know what the Redneck Riviera is?
I've heard of it. Yeah, this is like the lake where they all go to spring break or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what goes on there.
Sorry, Paul. I'm derailing the show again. Gosh darn it. Where's the Redneck Riviera? Does anybody know?
Somebody's going to know. Someone in our audience will definitely know the Redneck Riviera. It's a very famous term. I've heard that. It'll come up. Someone's going to identify it at some point.
Okay. Well, so it's a summer vacation spot that they always say, come on down to the Redneck Riviera. And it's like,
Alabama. We're getting Alabama. Yeah.
Alabama, Gulf Coast. Yeah, gosh, but he had an area. Anyways, I'm totally flailing on this. I apologize. But he would call it the Redneck Riviera. Anyways, it's a cool sounding place. Dude, get me near a body of water. I'm down. But
Arkansas Dave says the Gulf Shores, the Redneck Riviera, the Gulf Shores. Yeah, I'm sure,
Okay.
it is what it is. And by the way, I don't think we've ever done this before, but real quick, the greatest Brookses of all time. Here's my list. If you're ready for it, take action. Rod Brooks, the late Olympic U.S. hockey team, Herb Brooks, who coached the college kids to beat the Russians. And Tony, seldom discussed, but I'm going to bring him up right now. Second baseman for the New York Mets in the mid 80s, Hubie Brooks.
Nice.
Okay. Freaking
Nice.
Hubie. So I got Herb, Hubie, and Rod. Any other? Oh, and I'll throw Chet Brooks on the pile too. Chet Brooks, 49er Chet Brooks, number 31. Yes.
that's a good. Yeah, I don't think I have any other Brookses, but I did find out.
Here they come. A whole bunch of votes from Mel Brooks.
Oh yes, dude. Who, by the way, supposedly there's a Spaceballs 2 coming out this year. Supposedly, which would
A
be
ball stew? I'll
phenomenal.
take that. I'll take a ball stew. Yeah.
Here, go back and watch the original Spaceballs if you want a good laugh as well. Make sure you get into Sweet Mad Hatter's Magic Box before you go watch Spaceballs. But it's
Good call.
phenomenal.
I want to
And-
get into the magic box myself. I got to say, dude, it looks so beautiful in there. You can almost smell it just by the visual alone, you know?
That should be a new intro of Patrick Patton. I think I saw him on the chat earlier. Patrick Patton, maybe you can include the magic box in a new version of Particle Land where we dive into the magic box at Sweet Matter's house in Central Oregon. Paulie, I did find out it's Galveston. Galveston is the area which Greg refers to as in Texas or off near Texas as their summer vacation spot.
There's a lot going on right now, Tony. We're going to try to wrap the show in a second here, but the comment line has exploded. For starters, Lily Merchant, as usual, hitting the nail right on the head, hitting the bullseye. Lily Merchant just comes correct with the truth every time she surfaces, and she says, guys, you got to watch the documentary on HBO called The 99-Year-Old Man about Mel Brooks. Lily, I've seen it. It's so good. And my appreciation for Mel Brooks like skyrocketed. My dad was a big Mel Brooks fan, so my dad was like down with all that stuff. So I knew the movies growing up. But going back and revisiting, not only like Tony said, Spaceballs, but you got Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein. In fact, Lily, check it out. True story. After I saw the 99-Year-Old Man documentary, I was so inspired. I actually watched Young Frankenstein like right after that. And it was so good. I'm so glad I did that. I encourage everybody else to. So, Lily, I'm all over that with you. And what was the other one? Don Peralta said, Marty Lurie voice. Brooks Robinson. Holding down the 3-bag. Brooks Robinson. Totally, Dom. 100%. Brooks Robinson. Campy Campanella. Duke Snyder. All right, you guys. Final thought.
Quick Marty Lurie vignette, Paulie. When I've never been given an autographed, just unprovoked. This
is a true story, folks. This is a true effing story. Tony, from the beginning, if you would.
So Shannon, Kaylor, and I had my studio at KNBR, and Shannon would come in a couple days a week, 2 or 3 days a week, and one day, and Marty would come in and voice spots with me and for his show, and we would, we'd talk ball, and I love Marty. We've always had nothing but a great relationship throughout the years, and one day he just decided to hand Shannon and I his autograph, and it was like Marty Lurie, best wishes. I think Shannon C might have signed like it's a mosaic or something like that, and I was like, we thanked Marty for them, and then when he left the studio,
He was straight face though. This was not a joke. Like he was dead serious about. Like he was giving Tony a very important gift. His autograph. This is for you, Tony.
It's incredible. And Paulie and I look at each other. I mean, Shannon and I look at each other like.
He's not kidding. Like this is serious. He means it. Yeah.
And I looked at Shannon and I go, dude, grab a push pin. These are going up on the wall. These are going up on the wall, and it's never to leave the wall as long as we're in here. And I still have it. It was on an index card. I was like, never have I been given an autograph unprovoked. And Marty Lurie, thank you. buddy. Thank you. Legendary Marty Lurie, dude. Mel Brooks, Marty Lurie, right here, buddy.
Hey, and they're both pretty much the same age too. Well, maybe not quite there yet, but Marty's getting there. He's bringing up the rear. Shout out to my man Christian Amaru. Eugene's in the house. Good to see you, brother. I want to do this, Tony. I wanted to say one last thing, then we'll do Low Stee, and then we can wrap today. But I did want, because we didn't do this last night. We kind of get carried away with a bunch of other stuff, but it was a fun show. We failed to mention the passing of Lou Holtz yesterday. And I just wanted to at least acknowledge that Lou Holtz passed away yesterday at the age of actually, I'm not sure what his age was. Was he
89? He was 89. Baby.
89. Okay, thank you. And I know most famous for winning the national title in 88 with Notre Dame. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame.
Yep.
And I just think that it's important to shout guys like that out, like that era, like even guys before that, like Bear Bryant, you know what I mean? Lou Holtz, like these crusty old dudes that were just like legendary football coaches. That whole model is kind of dead and gone now. It's all about like young, energetic, good-looking coaches, guys that are, they can relate to the media. That whole archetype, your Bobby Knights, your Bear Bryants, your Lou Holtz's, like that is a model that we really don't see anymore. So I just wanted to pay my respects to a great football coach. Lou Holtz has left us. Tony, if you have anything to say, this would be the time, and then we'll do a Low Stee spot.
The way my brain works in the weirdest way, I thought of Wesley Walls immediately when we said he was 89 years old, because Wesley Walls was the number 89 for the Niners.
Nice pull. But special teams guy now. He was out there making plays on special teams. You know who hated only since you brought him up, you know who hated going against him? And I couldn't believe it when he said this. Lawrence Taylor.
Oh, Lawrence, yes.
Of all guys, like Walls and Taylor used to get after each other. And that's why I like Walls. I'm like, this guy's out of his effing mind. If he's going after Lawrence Taylor, this kid's crazy. But LT said he was a handful. He said the guy was a problem.
Yes, and Ty Streets, Hum Daddies, I think you're right. Ty Streets was also 89 as well.
100%. Ty Streets, Ty Streets today would be worth 25 mil, 30 mil a year. I'll take Ty Streets over your guy, Jawan Jennings, anytime, any place, anytime.
Absolutely. And by the way, that's Ty, T-A-I, not T-Y. Just
you sure there was no H in there? Was it T-H-A-I or just T-A-I?
No H, Paulie. Not like Thailand, but Thai, T-A-I.
Not like Thai stick, Tony. Thai stick.
Not like Thai stick, which might be in Sweet Mad Hatter's magic box.
I hope so. Yeah, you're getting confirmation. It was a three-letter first name, T-A-I. Tony wins again. Go ahead, pal. Yeah.
I didn't mean to get us off the rails with Wesley Walls, but that's just where my brain goes.
No, a little Wesley Walls appreciation. It's good for the show. Yeah,
and Lou Holtz appreciation. Yes, of course, man. I appreciate what he's done for football and college football in particular. I would love to read more about him and see more behind the scenes footage, like I was talking about Augie Garrido video from the college, the spicy college baseball coach. I'm sure Lou Holtz, behind closed doors had some great chats with his players, just basically breaking it down, because Augie Garrido in this one video that Dan Cochimilio posted, Augie's like, you guys got the world in front of you. You got your lives in front of you. I don't. All I got is you guys. So if I see you guys wasting your lives, that's going to piss me off. You got all these skills. Don't piss me off. Don't waste away your lives. I mean, it's just going off. And I'm like, this is so good. And I was thinking about Lou Holtz because it was right after I saw that he passed. I'm like, I bet you Lou Holtz had similar talks about just when you coach at that age, you have that whole, decades of experience that you can pass on to these kids. And I'm sure anybody who played for Lou Holtz probably loved playing for him. He's probably hard on you, but hard on you because he wanted to get the best out of you. And those are the best coaches, man. It's like coaching is very much like parenting. You're not friends with your kids.
Right.
There's a certain point when you become friends with your players and friends with your kids, but not when you're in the moment with them. And that's a delicate balance, man. So anyways, rest in peace, Lou Holtz, man. And he's just an amazing football mind.
And thank you, Tony. That's all. I just wanted to pay some respect to Lou Holtz. We missed out last night. And also, I'm sure, who I always think about when there's a Notre Dame story like this? I always think about Fitz. My mind goes right to Bob Fitzgerald. He is like Mr. Notre Dame product. And go ahead.
We need to talk about the swimming pool.
Tell him. Go ahead. No, it's something I speculated about this for years. Go ahead.
Matt Kolsky, shout out Matt Kolsky, former KMBR, I don't know, fill-in host, guest host, and also production dude.
He used to
Great.
do sports updates too before they got rid of sports updates. Tony, why would a sports talk station want to have sports updates? Go ahead. You know what I mean? Let's get rid of those. Yeah, we don't need those. So yeah.
Let's fill that time with more spots.
And
Paulie.
that's when I knew too. That's when I knew something bad was coming down the pike. When they got rid of my main man, Vegas Joe Hughes, for no reason, I'm like, you guys getting rid of Vegas Joe Hughes? That's a bad move. I was a big Vegas Joe Hughes fan. Another great sports update guy. Kate Scott started as a sports update voice. Look at her now. Matt Kolsky. Anyway, a position that no longer exists. Yes.
By the way, shout out to the Matt. Wow, no, I won't even go there. Forget.
Yeah, no, that's not even right. Why bother?
I won't even go there. Matt Kolsky. Anyways, Matt Kolsky was did some production work for Bob Fitzgerald. Bob Fitzgerald asked Matt to house sit when Bob had to travel for a little while. That's in San Mateo, California, near me in San Carlos. Matt Kolsky called me and said, "Hey, I'm house sitting at Fitz's place. Come over for a swim." I said, okay. So I go over there, dude. I go in the backyard. Lo and behold, the middle of the bottom of the pool is a huge Notre Dame logo.
Like the fighting leprechaun. See, and that's why I always think about Notre Dame or Fitz when I hear a Notre Dame story, stuff like that.
Bam. So, and then we asked Fitz about it when we had him on. We should get Fitz on again, Paulie.
We should. We're due. We haven't talked to Fitz in a while. Yeah.
Oh, man. Especially, I'd love to hear his take about the Kaminga and all that. What's going on with the Dubs? We should get him on. Anyways, stream of consciousness is happening here on the show.
Yes.
Notre Dame logo, bottom of the pool, hat tip to Bob Fitzgerald, Paulie.
Thank you, Tony. Our final moments of the show today will be dedicated to our main man, Carlos De La Fuente. That's Los D and Flex Funding. I know he's been on the chat line today. I'm not sure he's still with us, but he was hanging for a while. I'm pretty sure Carlos De La Fuente will be with us on opening night at Standard Deviant Brewing. We're looking forward to that.
Come on, Los, up there.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure he's going to be there, unless I'm misrepresenting him, but I think he will. Anyway, Carlos is another one of our great money minds we have in the audience. He is a guy that handles private money loans. He is a mortgage broker. He has a great partner for a lender, and we'll get into that in a second. But Carlos basically handles all financial or financing related to real estate, residential properties, commercial properties. He is your guy. If you need money in your pocket, he's the guy to talk to. There are a variety of ways Carlos can achieve that with you. He has worked with so many of us here in the PMP community, which brings me a lot of happiness that we've been able to give him business, but at the same time, he has helped lift up our audience and get them into better places financially. Corinne in Fairfax being one of those people. I know Jeff Faust from the Freestone Peaches has been working with Carlos. And again, you got to be able to trust these kind of people. And Carlos is beyond stand-up guy. He's an old school. He doesn't say a lot. He's not loud. Like he said, what he says has meaning, and what he says is something you can trust. He is a great partner to work with. If you do need money in your pocket and you say, how am I going to do that? He can provide you with a home equity line of credit. That's a HELOC loan, always with no appraisal fees, or escrow fees or title fees. He's very aware and considerate of your time. He closes most deals within 7 days. And Carlos is a broker, and the advantage Carlos has as a broker as opposed to a lender is that Carlos is a one-stop shop. He has several loan programs he can talk to you about and offer you. He does reverse mortgages. That's something else. He handles, again, you're getting the idea. All money matters. Carlos is your guy. Talk to him today. He's a one-stop shop when it comes to personal loans, and it'd be one of the smarter moves you make. Get that dialogue started with Carlos right now. Super easy guy to talk to. 925-250-4894. Email him, Tony, at carlos@myflexnow.com.
Hashtag one-stop shop, Paulie. HELOCs, reverse mortgages, refis, Paulie, personal loans, Alt-A loans. The guy can handle anything that you present to him. So I'm going to let this review speak for me today, Paulie. This is a glowing review. This is from Rochelle from Vallejo, California. She says, some people may call him Carlos De La Fuente. I will always call him the GOAT.
Nice.
He came recommended to me by a family member years before I was ready to buy a home. And out of his kindness and heart to give everyone a chance to purchase, he guided me toward what proved to be one of the most difficult, but at the same time, most rewarding experiences of my life. Using his recommendations, I worked hard to do my best to get ready for the purchase, and when it was time, Carlos went immediately into action and advocated for me at every turn. Though we had to go through the paces, excuse me, he was kind enough to check on me daily and encouraged me to keep going and to let me know that it would be okay and we would make it through and be victorious. I honestly believe that if it wasn't for Carlos, I would be looking at renting for many years to come. He helped me believe that I could do it, and now I have. He is such a seasoned professional. He could tell me what could happen before it hit so that I could prepare myself for the roller coaster in this crazy market. We even had a very tight closing window working against us, but Carlos helped me hurl over every obstacle. The
Nice.
only sad part in this whole experience is that I won't get to talk to Carlos every day. Carlos, for me, was more than a senior loan consultant. He was like a brother to me, and I will be indebted to him for the rest of my life. If you're ready to purchase or thinking about making a purchase or a reverse mortgage, there is no one else to call but Carlos de la Fuente. He truly is the greatest of all time. How about that, man? That's
Yeah. That's another
incredible.
satisfied
Yep.
customer right there. Clearly, Carlos is a man of the people. He does great
Yep.
work. He's offering a tremendous service to all of us. And don't feel weird about it. Just
No.
again, don't be intimidated. He's not like that. He's not going to make you feel, less than. He's not going to try to like bully you around. In fact, he's the opposite. He will pull you away from doing something that you might have in mind that could wind up hurting you in the long run. You're in great hands with Carlos. Make that move today. 925-250-4894, Big T.
Give us the loose. 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 What loan would you like?
Yeah, it's a claw. Sounded so good. Give us the low.
Give us the loose.
Thank you, Big T. Hey, one last request before we say goodbye today. The ladies of the PNP community are asking, is it possible to get a Broads of PNP jam on the way out?
Ooh, I think so. But Paulie, just cross your fingers. Just cross your fingers. Here we go. Oh, no, cross your fingers. Let me just set this up. Let me
Hey,
set this up.
do your thing. Ladies, bear with us. It's coming, hopefully.
Oh, man, is it? Yeah, it seems to be stuck.
Damn it all.
I know.
Okay.
No, it has to just play through, Paulie. If we ramp for like 20 seconds, let it play through, and then we can
You
get
mean
to
vamp?
it. Okay?
Vamp or ramp?
What did I say? Did I say
You said
ramp?
ramp. I don't know. You want to ramp? You want to vamp? I'll do either. Yeah, I'll do whatever you want, man. I'll camp. I'll set a tent up if you want that.
Oh,
Camping and ramping and vamping and lamping. Shout out Public Enemy. I'm cold lamping. Tony, go ahead.
Nice,
Yeah,
Paulie.
yeah.
And on the way out, before we do Broads of PMP, some birthdays today, really quickly.
Yeah.
First of all, Rags. I hope the hand is healing up nicely. I hope you've also developed your left-handed skills, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
happy birthday to the president of the White House, Michael Irvin.
Oh,
Happy
God.
birthday to Michael Irvin. Very unhappy Michael Irvin was.
He hates San Francisco like no other. He had a miserable time here while the rest of the world had a great time. Big Mike was unhappy, but go ahead.
Also, happy birthday, Kyle Schwarber, Justin Fields.
Wow.
Happy birthday, John Frusciante. Happy
Ooh.
birthday to there's two left. Which one do I do first? Happy birthday, Eddie Grant.
Oh, let's go to Electric Avenue together. Also, shout out Police and Thieves. Tony, go ahead.
Nice.
No, excuse me. Not Police and Thieves. Sorry. Police on my back. Police on my back. Yes.
And Paulie, boy, just that's all I can say. Okay.
Now
Boy.
in the street there is violence. Yeah.
That's all.
Totally.
And then finally, Paulie, in 1988, he left us at a very young age, but happy heavenly birthday to Andy Gibb.
Oh, dude, shadow dancing, drive me across the floor, man. Rest in peace, Andy Gibb. Left us far too soon. Little shadow dancing, little everlasting love. The fourth BG, if I may, the fourth F and BG. And he was also involved with Victoria Principal. I mean, he was having a pretty good run there for a while. Yeah.
What was her role in Dallas? She was Mrs. Ewing. Was she married to JR?
I
Or
can't
was she his
confirm that.
daughter?
I
Oh,
don't know.
damn
I
it,
know.
damn it. Dallas. The show Dallas was such a good freaking show. Bring that back. Don't remake it. Just read, let's see, Victoria. She was Pam Ewing. Pam Ewing. So that was JR's daughter. JR's daughter. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a rough one. Anyway, I appreciate the remembrance of Andy Gibb. I wish him well, and I miss him here on Earth. All right, Tony. Tomorrow we get ready for the Friday High Noon broadcast. John Joseph joins us as our guest music sponsor. Last call for the audience to send in your song contribution. pollyspod@gmail.com. On your way out the door, subscribe and like if you could. That would help us. And Tony, you get the final say today. Go for it, brother.
No, darn it.
No, sorry, ladies.
I tested it with Dom earlier, and Dom, we thought it was able to be played. Okay.
We'll try it again tomorrow, but we're going to get there. Believe me, guys, we're working on this. Tony and Dom had a big session today. We'll get it back up on its feet. But you are the broads of PMP. We'll get it back to you tomorrow. And that's it. T, take us home, kid.
Lastly, NFL free agency, we will table it for tomorrow again. But Stephon Diggs, AJ Brown to the Patriots, maybe.
Your boy Aaron Rodgers hasn't made his decision. There's a lot to talk about. Yeah.
So, and what's the love affair with Alec Pierce? 6 touchdowns last year, and all of a sudden he's like God at wide receiver. Yeah. I don't get it. We got the Niners are hot on the D lineman for Denver, and what else?
DJ Moore got traded too. DJ Moore is going to Buffalo. Just by the way,
Buffalo. Yeah. We should have Dr. Matt Young about that because Dr. Matt Young's a big Bills fan. Yeah. Just lots of moving parts. Jalen Coker, I like Jalen Coker. I wouldn't mind seeing him in the red and gold. Max Crosby, all of a sudden the Rams are interested in Max Crosby. What the hell? Hawkinson, TJ Hawkinson might be released. Jonnu Smith, some tight ends out there, Paulie. So, anyways, just stuff for us to get into tomorrow on during the Friday High Noon show before Standard Deviant's first ever musical assignment partnership. Okay. So, on that note, Paulie, stand by as we proceed.
Yes.
Okay, has to be a little pause in the action here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go, buddy.
Sounds real good, Tony. Good to have it back up, and thanks for your efforts there. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the Dodgers. And yes, you know what, Big Al? You get the final say today, which is F the Dodgers. Thank you, Big Al. We're all with you on that. Have a great Thursday. Enjoy the Warriors Rockets. Enjoy the World Baseball Classic, and we'll see you tomorrow at high noon, y'all. Cheers, everybody.
Peace, everybody.